if someone comes to you and says, I'm running a conversion campaign, it's going badly, what are some common things you would look at in the campaign or try in the campaign to get the cost per conversion down?
A lot of times, if I look at an artist's campaign, they're only targeting like the United States. And so I check their audience, see if they're targeting a big enough group of people. If they're targeting a big enough group of people, take a look at their creative to make sure the creative, makes sense and has their song in it and has volume, and make sure nothing's just completely broken. But a lot of times different parts of the song make a huge difference. And so I love seeing that there are like at least 3 different sections of the song, because you have no idea which section is going to perform the best. And a lot of times it's not the chorus. It's the boring verse that you don't think people would want to click on. But there it is at 10 cents per conversion compared to 30 cents for the most exciting part of the song. If the ad creative looks good, check out their tone den and Spotify data. If everything looks pretty good, but it's still really expensive, I pretty quickly jump to do a new song. Like, wait till your next release, try a new song, because there are tons of things you can do to bring down the cost of conversions, but at the end of the day, it's going to make a very small difference compared to running that same well-built setup for a song that just happens to connect with more people. Yeah. And that's not to say the quality of one song is better than the other. It's just people who see it on Facebook and Instagram click on it more and listen to it more. And that's something that I jump to more quickly than trying like a whole bunch of different styles of setting up campaigns.
That's one thing I've learned over time too. I do try a ton of things before I abandon a song, but before I start a song, I think of like my plan B budget, where like, let's say for example, this song I'm going to spend $1,000. If it does badly, I'm going to plan for $500. And so what I'll do is like I promote every song no matter what, but if it does badly, I'm spending less. So that way, when I get a song that performs above average, I can afford to spend more. And if a song's doing badly, like sometimes you can turn it around pretty dramatically. Like I've had songs go from like $1 a conversion down to 40, 50 cents a conversion. But you're probably not going to get something that starts off at $1 conversion down to 20 cents a conversion. Like it's happened, but like if you go through the motions like in the first week or 2 weeks and you've tried, different parts of the song, different styles of creative, maybe performance versus lyric video versus cover art, and then you've tried different audiences and like it's getting to the point where like nothing's really doing anything, like you can definitely optimize and get the cost down, but you're right, like different songs perform vastly differently a lot of the time.
Right. And it depends on what that artist's strategy is too. If they're an artist who has spent a couple grand on production and nice studio and hired a mixing engineer who has worked on big bands music before, and they've put a lot of music money into that song, and they're not releasing another song this year, then it's like, okay, we'll try absolutely everything and make some out there decisions and try some new tactics that I haven't even tried before. But if it's an artist who's got like, all of their work is on their laptop, they release a new song every month, then I'm way quicker to just cut it, go to the next one.
Definitely. There was one guy I've been talking to recently. He had a very big budget for his new song. He had a music video. He rented like a venue and he had a launch party for it. And he didn't have a new song coming out super recently or super soon after it. So it was very important for the song to do well. So what we did after it, the new song performed horribly compared to his last songs. And, this is after trying a bunch of ads. I think like we tried 12 different creatives. We tried like 10 different audiences. And so what I did, just in the interest of getting people to the new song, is I duplicated the old campaign that was using the old song that was working. And all I did is I changed the tone den link that he was using, or hyped it link, I forget what he was using, to go to the new song. So like the video was old song, landing page, old song, but Spotify, new song. And the cost per conversion did exactly as it did for the old song, but all the streams carried over to the new song with like not a single person complained that like, hey, you bamboozled me and sent me to the wrong song. Like the engagement's great, and people seem to be engaging and saving the song right. So that's a plan B, I guess, if you don't mind being a little shady.
I like that idea a lot. That's like some guerrilla marketing. I would 100% try that. In fact, I have a campaign I'm running for myself right now, and it's my most expensive campaign I've run for one of my own songs at, I think, 52 cents per conversion. Usually it's around 20 or below, and this is with tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, and a couple of the do not use countries. So I started off with just tier 1, and then it was like 80 cents or so, and then came down to 52, adding all those countries. But I have a campaign that's running at 8 cents per conversion. I think after this call, I'm going to go switch those and see what happens, because I love that idea.
Yeah, and our plan, when we first did it, I was like, we'll do it for a couple days, and if everyone starts ripping you a new one on social media, we'll turn it off and we'll think of something else. But then it was just like, this is just working fine. Not a single person has complained. And so, yeah, everyone watching, feel free to steal that idea.